My name is Kathy Leuze. I'm the archivist here at the Avery-Copp Museum, and we're in the sitting room of this beautiful house. So this house was built about 1800 by Rufus Avery as a simple center chimney colonial house. Rufus was actually somebody who was wounded and captured at the Battle of Groton Heights in 1781. Eventually the house would be passed down to his nephew, Latham Avery, who's pictured in this room with his wife. And one of their daughters, Mary Jane Avery Ramsdell, would live here for her entire life, eventually with her husband Albert, who took this center chimney colonial and turned it into Victorian, as you see it today, with these beautiful porches and architectural details of gingerbread molding and beautiful variegated wood floors and bay windows. And so it's pretty much how it's been since mid-19th century when it was renovated. We have a full archive across the way in our barn, a beautiful temperature-controlled area that has thousands of photographs, land records, maps, letters, all the correspondence original that was in this home. We have thousands of letters that we haven't even read yet. Thousands we've read. We have a closed collection, if you will, where we don't take anything in that wasn't original to the house. So we don't bring in new furniture or a knick-knack or a letter even. Everything is original from the house. That's probably what's quite unique about here. Not only the artifacts in the house, but the archives in our archive facility. It's just, if I had the amount of stuff I had for my own family. Upstairs is a medicine cabinet of all the original medicine that straddles before and after the FDA was founded in 1906. You'll see so many names of medicines that are familiar, like liniment oils and Red Cross and what are some of the others? Bengay, some of the medicines that we still use but that were kind of new then. We have 3.5 acres or so, 2 gazebos, a tiered lot that has this beautiful view of the river. When the porches were added, but then more dust was coming up as cars were starting to be driving down the street a lot more, they might have entertained more in the gazebo because it was quieter, and so that was kind of a sign of the times, you know, when they started entertaining in the back of the house instead of in the front. If you step back to maybe 1910, the street wasn't paved yet. We have lots of pictures of the house and the neighborhood from back then in our archives. And where you have a Chinese laundry, you have a pharmacy, you have a doctor's office, store after store after store, a haberdashery, a shoe store, all these stores that everybody knew everyone. It's a great story to tell, and we always learn more about it. It was Belton Allen Copp IV and his brother and sister realized what a treasure they had, this time capsule, if you will, of their family's history. We've learned more about the family and about their stories and what's important that we feel people today would be interested in. And so we're a fairly new museum, even though the house has been here for so long and Joe passed away so many years ago. So we've taken it step by step. They were the ones that hired the Yale Urban Design Group from Yale University to start talking about, you know, what ideas can this museum be part of. And one of those ideas came out to be the Heritage Park. It certainly is great because now we're part of New London, and New London's part of Groton a little bit more. The river doesn't, you know, the river can be a barrier. And so I think adding the water taxi, which we weren't quite sure if there was going to be funding or, you know, if it really was going to take off. But it's been pretty exciting the last 3 years to watch it from an idea stage. People can come here, learn about something that is an incredible story of the past, but then make it relevant for the future where they can see themselves in the story. I think it's important to know the past. And now we've been able to recreate or start offering more and more programs. So from May to September, we're open for guided tours through the house. We offer lectures. We can offer the archives for college research as well, as I mentioned, and they can come and learn more about maybe where their family fits in. There's a lot of family names here that are generational that still live here today. We can do a first-person or a composite of history role-playing for elementary school students. They take a story and they bring it to life after doing extensive research, the kids have a ball. Fifth graders are just like sponges. We're probably going to be offering more and more to tell the story about the impact that this family had on this local area and also in Connecticut. So I think even though we're a small little museum and we have this small story, it's bigger than that.